Yeah. Thank you to Ami Parivar for taking an initiative for conducting this or such type of webinar. Obviously, this the purpose of this, everybody is aware of the purpose of this webinar, no doubt about it. The primary purpose of webinar is to present a relevant topic, and obviously it should be informative to others. The informative to others means it's not like what is happening in the current market, what is the current market, and what is happening in the current market. That is what our motto is, and everybody should able to understand what is happening in the current market. So aware of what is happening in the current market, nothing more than that. So there are a lot many webinars. I think Mr. Suhas already told you everything. So this is one of the I'm trying my level best to share my views or express my views in front of you guys. And of course, I'm also learning a lot. And of course, I'll be learning from you guys as well. Now let's talk about the current pandemic situation also. Considering the current pandemic situation due to COVID-19, I'm hoping everybody is safe, and I'm sure they must be taking care of their health as well. So, in continuation of this topic, I'm not going to give you any tip of precautionary measures to take care of COVID-19, as I'm absolutely not at all authorized to do so, because we're getting a lot of messages on WhatsApp. And of course, they are all great people and they must be knowledgeable people, no doubt about it. But I am not at all knowledgeable for that, and I'm absolutely not even authorized for that. So let's move to our the actual topic: agility, a current trend of project management. Mm, I don't want to go straight away in the project management type of activity. Let's talk about what exactly agile mean and try to relate this terminology agility or agile with your in your daily life. And I still believe the each and every activity what you are doing basically on your daily life is is project by itself. There is no like everybody is well aware of it, and everybody is well mature, to understand that, because each and every activity has got a start and end. So ultimately, it's a project by itself. Now, we'll not go into very deep as far as project management concept and everything. Let's talk about agile first. I will go to my first slide, or the next slide you can say, is what is meant by agile. We'll not go into again a technical definition of agile and everything first. We'll talk about we'll try to relate with our daily life. What is agile? Agile is an open mindset, ability to move efficiently using breakdown approach and integrate the isolated movements. I know that there are three keywords which you can talk about as far as agile is concerned. First keyword you can say open mindset, breakdown approach, and integration or integrate the isolated movements. We'll talk gradually, we'll come to know what are those. I will just talk about only one word called open mindset. It is, I think, self-explanatory, no need to talk much about it. Breakdown and isolated movements, integration or integrated isolated movement will select. As far as, you should be very much open in your activity. Like, if you talk about your ancient days, like when I don't want to go into a typical family type of environment, but still I would like to give that when our father, like we can talk about in the range like those people who are above 40, you can see their fathers always whatever they used to say, and they used to the son used to take it, and we have to just follow it, and ultimately we have to do whatever they are expecting. Always they used to say you become engineer, you become doctor, and all those things. So I will still say that was not the open mindset. That was a traditional approach. What you are talking about it. So the same traditional approach which is happening in today's project management still happening. I will not say all projects, still happening. Now we're trying to reach out to that level. Like we should go for the latest approach. That is what we call agile. That will take gradually. We'll talk about that approach later. So this is what the open mindset I'm talking about. When you talk about the same word agile or the concept of agile, again, sorry to say again, I'm not going to do the project management type of activity. What again agile means? Agile, what we understand is open mindset. Now let's talk about this open mindset has got a lot of categorization. Once you interact with each individual, that is again open mindset. So what are the values of agile? Interact with each and every part of your team member. That is means you are following agile. So simple as that. I was giving the same example in your olden days, like in ancient days, when father was not they were not listening at all. They keep on saying, and I'm not blaming, of course, those they're all proudly say I'm like father, son of my father, no doubt about it. But what I want to say that ultimately we are just followers. We were not. Our father was also not open. Nowadays we are open to our children, and children has a right to say something, and sometimes we used to follow them as well. The same like, and this will happen only unless and until you have interaction with your children, and which normally we used to do that. That is agile. Cooperation, collaboration, same. Respond to a change. Very simple as that. Like we are not, stubborn. We always, respond to a change. Whatever the technology, current trend which is happening, we love to have that technology or a change and go for. Example, the best part is the current scenario, like COVID-19. Lot of non-technical or non-IT guys or non-IT, they were not even aware, basically, how to work remotely. Lot of. I'm telling you. Even I will say, lot of means 20 to 30% more. They were not even, can't able to work out. So this technology makes them more familiar with the IT tools. Now the situation is everybody can able to, even the housewife also. They were having chat on meetings, Microsoft meetings and this and that and all those things going on. So each and every people, let's talk about in India, each and every people, they were almost 99% population has got a mobile. Technologically, they are techno savvy. The same like now I will say 70% of Indian people or anybody I want to say they were they were online because of this. So they did respond to a change. Open communication, no need to again talk about it. It's basically open mindset, alignment in deliverables. Yeah, that is also open mindset. Alignment in deliverable means like whatever we are whatever we are giving delivery to our children or whatever we are giving to our children, it's not like something we are right. We are still asking to our children, whatever we are giving to you or whatever we are allowing to do or whatever we are guiding, is it right? We are still asking to our children, right? Again, it's agile. So we are aligned to the in deliverables as well. So we have that relation with our family or children or whatever. Yeah, whatever we are telling you, yes, it's right. It's not just right, we are asking them. Transparency, it's again, no need, it's self-explanatory. So in short, the same concept, whatever we are using in our daily life, basically, that is nothing but the agile way of doing the activity. And the same concept we are trying to utilize in project management. How? That's another call. What should be the approach? That should be another call. That will go gradually. if we move further, we'll come to know how we are going to approach it. There are a lot of things into it. We don't have that much time to go into deep technical aspects, but at least I will give this introduction what should be the approach in project management. So, in all the terminologies what you talk about: interaction, cooperation, response to action, open communication, alignment, deliveries, transparency. Ultimately, it's open mindset. Fine. Hope it is clear. We'll go to next slide.
Guys, sorry to disturb.
Yeah.
Guys, can you go on mute? Amit and Santosh. There is a background noise from your side. Yes, Prasad. Sorry, you can continue.
Can I carry on?
Sure, you can carry on.
Thanks. Okay, now I think we are very clear about what agile means. Again, I am not going into the technical aspects of agile. Now we know what exactly agile means, and we are aligned currently. What I'm hoping, like, we are aligned to our daily life with agile. Simple as that. At this particular point of time. Now live agile. Let's talk about project management. I talked to one of our team member. I'm very poor in remembering the name. He was talking about he's working in electrical engineering, and he's doing the electrical projects. Everywhere it is same: civil, electrical, IT, software, whatever we do. Concept will be the same. The practices of project management will be the same. Simple as that. Initiating, planning, execution, controlling or monitoring, or controlling and monitoring, can say, and at the end, closing. These 5 practices will always be there as far as project management practices. So same will applicable in agile thing also. The only difference between the current market trend of agile, a current market trend or traditional approach, I will not use the word agile currently, the traditional approach of project management and the current market trend, the only difference is the approach, nothing more than that. And that is what we are going to have a discussion on that. But there are a lot of elements, Scrum, there are a lot of elements out there which we'll not discuss we'll not discuss about that as well at this particular point of time. But so this is what we are talking about it, the project management practices. Let's go to next slide. The traditional versus the modern project management approach. Now, those people who are into electrical or non-IT field, they must be using this technology, waterfall methodology. They must be using this methodology, waterfall methodology, and you might have aware of this waterfall methodology. That is what you call a traditional approach. The waterfall methodology is basically a process-oriented approach, and the current agile methodology is the customer-oriented approach. That's why I asked, if when we were discussing before our meeting, I was discussing with you guys, like, ultimately, after this session, you will leave everything and you will talk about only customers, because in the current trend of project management, it always with the customer. It's a customer-oriented approach, irrespective what process you are mentoring. I understand the process makes a difference. I understand the process gives you boundary. I understand the process makes you more comfortable. No doubt about it. But you have to, ultimately, the customer approach should be it should be a customer oriented approach. Now, in some of the concepts which you may have to use both process as well as process as well as agile, it's called hybrid type of approach. That we'll not talk about now. We'll only talk about agile. So in short, the conclusion is it is a customer oriented modular approach. Now there is a word called modular comes into picture. That is nothing but the we have to break the process and respond rapidly upon execution. Simple as that. These three words are so much important: customer oriented, the modular approach, and respond rapidly for the execution. See, respond rapidly for the execution. This is what is not happening in the traditional approach of project management. They keep on going with the process, and ultimately, we'll go. I don't want to see, I'm not against the waterfall approach, even I'm not just favoring agile methodology, but the experience which I'm getting it, I'm trying improving myself. Doesn't mean that waterfall is bad, doesn't mean that agile is good. We are not here to conclude something. We are to just understand what that approach is, nothing more than that. Let's move to our next slide. This is what I was talking about, is waterfall approach. When you talk about waterfall model, you always have a business requirement. On the basis of business requirement, you design the product. On the basis of design, you implement the product. On the basis of implementation, you verify the product. I will not say implementations means live, making it live. I'm talking about product development. Then you verify or test the product. Then after that, you make it live, and ultimately for maintenance. So it's basically process by itself, which you will agree. And this is what we are doing in all type of industry. Get the business requirement, design it, implement it, product development, make it live, verify it or test it, make it live, and goes for maintenance. Okay, so this operate is not good. No, it's good. Of course, no doubt about it. But there's a gap. We are not, we are not talking about which is good, which is bad. Okay, we are talking about the approach. If you talk about business requirement, when you talk about business requirement, the stakeholder or the customer used to come, with their requirement. We used to discuss a lot, okay, in the meeting. There is kickoff meeting and this and that and all. And ultimately, we make the BRDs, what we say, business requirement document. And of course, we make a bunch of all those documents, keep it ready to design it. Then the business document, we used to pass it on to a design team. They used to design it. During this transfer of document from business requirement to design, here, customer job is over. Here, the customer or a stakeholder job is over. So the business document has been, it used to transfer to design team, design transfer to implementation transfer to the product development, verification. Ultimately, the customer comes into picture when actually it may, they may test the product. And I'm saying may because there are some testing team also used to happen, to test the product. Sometimes customer also doesn't play role in government organization, something like that. In those scenarios, even business or users also not testing, the entire business is also not testing the product. There is a testing, organization used to come and they used to test the product with their experience. So in short, the customer comes once, give the requirement, and ultimately they use the product. In between these 5 or 6 steps, what you're talking about, they never play any role. What happened? They live this now. This waterfall. People used to make a budget in the month of December 2019, like 2020, what we have to do and this and that. And ultimately, because of this COVID, everything has gone for toss. What happened to the projects? Nothing. Why? This is what normally, okay, it's because of COVID, it's another call. But what happened? This is what is happening in the entire project. The project is to go for one year or 2 years. And in between, there is no communication between, there is no interaction with the stakeholders or the customers. And ultimately, when the project, goes on, or when the project is out, they come to know, okay, this is not what they required. So what happened? The project failed. Actually, the project is not failed. The project has developed on the basis of requirement, exact requirement, which has been documented, which has been signed off, everything. But ultimately the project is failed. And who decides the project is failed? Who decides the project is failed? Customer. So again, we have to follow whatever customer says. If you are still following the process-oriented approach, we cannot go back to a process. Process is not a human being, right? We cannot go back to a process. Okay, ultimately we have to go back to customer issue. Simple as that. So what I mean to say that at the end we have to live with the customer, and he decides whether the project is successful or not. So hope you will agree, everybody now. The approach is basically a customer oriented approach. Ultimately, we have to follow that. We have to go with that. Keeping in mind, like what are the traditional approach what we have with the waterfall, the people faced a lot of problems, people faced a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, I will not say problem. In project management, there is no word called problem. From my point of view, it's challenge. It's only challenges. So ultimately, what this waterfall model is based on 3 principles, which I feel may not work out. Low customer involvement, strong documentation, and sequential structure. So low customer involvement means again, challenge from the customer. Strong documentation, I do agree. Strong documentation is important, but it should not be so strong. Like ultimately, the changes happens after 2 years or 1.5 year or 1 year. Again you have to redocument it and to make it. So again it will take 1 more year. So it will, the project will go on, lingering, and ultimately will not get the output, and the customer will not be happy. And ultimately our purpose is to make the customer happy. That's it. Sequential structure, yeah, it's good to have. But with this approach, we feel somewhere there's a lack. And what is that lack? Or what is that gap? I will not say lack again. It's a gap. Means we are not approaching the customer in between when we are during our project phases. Purpose of Agile is this only. Our father was saying, do this at the time of engineering. After doing engineering, after 11, 12 engineering passing and doing all those things, ultimately we used to say, what is happening after doing all those engineering, for PG and everything? I could have done it something else. I could have taken some classical classes. I could have been a music director. This is what is happening. But if we keep on asking in between what exactly you want to say, is the same with the approach with the project manager. If you're interacting with the customer in between the project phase, there is a less possibility of failure of the project. That's why the Agile comes into picture, and that is what the Agile. It's a customer-oriented approach. During the project phases, we used to go back to the customer asking, is it right or wrong, or something like that. Okay, I'm not going to the technical aspects of project development, all those things. I'm just giving an overview of what the Agile means. So in short, we have to make sure, like whatever you are doing during the project phase, it has to make sure from the customer and get it right. Of course, there will be a documentation, no doubt about it. Documentation has to be there, but not like strong documentation. We are writing the entire Bible, and ultimately the Bible will also go for toss because the requirement changes. Now, so what that Agile development, what is to have? It's a 12 principle of Agile development. That is very strict. They are very strict into following this principle. So unless and until you follow the principle, you cannot be a part of Agile development, or you cannot consider yourself as Agile developer. You cannot consider yourself as you are implementing the methodology of Agile. There is a debate going on, or it always goes on, whether Agile is a methodology or philosophy. We'll see later. Satisfaction. I will just read this 12 principle of Agile. It's self-explanatory. In between also I'll discuss, hopefully, let's see. Satisfaction through early and continuous delivery. Satisfaction through early and continuous delivery. Means we have to get it we have to just get it aware from the customer whether they are satisfied or not. Accommodate changing requirement throughout the development process. Suhas, correct me. What is the time now? Sorry. Are you okay? Suhas? Anything?
Sir, you can go.
Okay.
No problem,
worries.
Prasad. You can continue. Continue.
In between, just give me a, raise the hand. Fine. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. We are actually getting more participants. No worries.
Okay. Fantastic. Good. No, I don't want to go into technical, hiccups also. That's why I was worried about it. Nothing more than that. Accommodate changing requirement throughout the development process. Of course, accommodate changing requirements throughout the development process. No need self-explanatory. Frequent delivery of working software. Yeah. This is where I stand. This is where I was talking about, like I will tell you later regarding the breakdown approach or modular approach. See what happened whenever there is a project, let's talk about the software project, whenever there is a project, they will not do the entire project at one shot. They will split, they will go with a modular approach. And modular approach, again, it will be decided not by a project manager. First of all, there is no project manager, that I will talk later. The product owner, you can say. I will use the word product owner because we have less time. There are a lot of things to say. As far as frequent delivery of working software means, like we need to prioritize it's a modular approach again. We need to prioritize the work, and the priority of the work will be decided by the product owner or the person who is giving the entire requirement, or in our let's just sort of sponsor, you can say. So in short, they will prioritize the model, and accordingly we will be doing the model, and we'll finish the model, we'll develop the model, we'll develop the module. So each module, I will not the word use sprint, because if I use the word sprint, it will go into another technology, it will go into another framework called Scrum. So I want to go with the layman language currently, like each and every module of the entire project is a sub project, or you can say the sprint. So it's a modular approach. So you will work on one functionality, you will develop it, you will shoot it. I mean to say, you will make it online, get it verified from the user, and you will do it. So this is what happened. So they are satisfied. So you will, for each and every module or each and every functionality of the project, you are getting satisfied. You are getting clarified from the customer. You are directly interacting with the customer. He's always plays a role in you during project phase, and get it verified so that you are making sure everything is working fine or not. And ultimately what happened? So this modular approach, if you have examples 10 modules or 10 functionality in your project, each and every functionality will be sub project of the entire project. And ultimately what happened? You are getting verified from your customer, get it clarified, get it sign off, and finish. Let's support in another way. In between, after 8 modular approach, after 8 functionality, the 9th functionality, it may happen like the management decide the 9th functionality, what has been decided earlier has to be changed. Still, your team is always welcome to do that. And you must welcome to do that. That is what the Agile says. If you don't do that activity, or if you don't do that, it means that you are following waterfall model. So any changes, you will be happy. What is the requirement? It will get fulfilled. And ultimately, the risk of failure is less, because whatever is asking, you are trying to accommodate it, you are trying to do that. So risk of failure is less. Why? Again, who decides the failure? Customer. Not the technical team, not even the CIO, or not even anybody. If you're happy, risk of failure will be. Next, collaboration. between the business stakeholders and team throughout the project. Yeah, this is what we discussed. I'll go to next. So we have gone through till this time, four principle. The another four principle is, there are 12 principles. Support, trust, and motivate the people involved. Obviously, support, trust, motivate the people involved. Again, self-explanatory. This is normally happen in normal, in a project management also. This is one of the, but it has got a difference. There is a difference actually, because in project management, waterfall project management approach, there is one dominated person, or there is one domination of one particular person. But in agile, technically there is no domination. Of course, there is one coach is there, but he is not basically like, yeah, whatever he say, you have to accept whatever he say. No. But in waterfall, it's not like that. In waterfall, whatever project manager say, you have to accept that and you have to go along with that. Because this is open mindset and that is not open mindset. Enable face-to-face interaction, straightforward, no need to explain. Working software is the primary measure of progress. Agile process to support a consistent development pace. Attention to technical details and design enhance agility. Simple. Attention to technical details. Yeah. As it is a modular approach, each and every technicalities, what is there in the model, it has to be discussed as a team, and ultimately it has to be, drive through the team and produce the output and enhance that particular thing accordingly. Simplicity. Yes, it's very simple. It's very simple, right? Whatever requirement is there, we don't have to go into that entire story, this thing. It's a modular approach. Whatever things they are talking about, think about it and do it. Get it ready from customer, and put it across the system, and test it from the customer. That's it. Self-organized team encourage great architecture, requirements, and design. Now, this word self-organizing team. What is self-organizing team? And that is where it is missing in traditional approach of model. Technically, there is no manager in the entire team. Can you imagine that? In agile mindset, it is so open that that's why it is called open, right? There is no manager at all. So, self-organized, each and everybody is managed by himself, or manager of his task. So he is responsible for his own task. Again, I will not go into that deep of, there is some, meeting used to stand up meetings and all those things to happen if you go to the Scrum type of methodology. Okay, so regular reflections on how to become more effective. Agile and non-agile. So we have completed almost 12 principles. Agile and non-agile. Just a small difference, whatever we discussed in this. Value individual and interaction. Value working, it's a summary of all. Value working software. Value customer collaboration. Value respond to a change. But in non-agile, value process. They don't value anybody, they don't value only process. Value comprehensive documentation. Keep on documenting. Ultimately, if things changes, again they will document. So the documentation is the main criteria in the non-agile type of methodology. Value contract negotiation. Yeah, I understand that. Contract is important, no doubt about it. Whatever written in the contract, you have to follow ultimately. But it will never happen. Contract negotiation, unless you have to, he's a customer. He can be wrong, right? So you should have a mutual understanding with, I know in government organization, all those things, these challenges you may have to face. There is no proper contract, that's another call. But nowadays those people are also, matured enough to understand the thing. So ultimately, you don't just impose on the negotiation. There are some mutual understanding or shake hand has to be happening. Following plan. Somebody is asking, please do the activity. This is a slight change in the model, because I understand. People used to say that business people used to come and say, I know the business requirement document is there. There is sign off, everything is there. I understand that. But I was wrong. Head of the department of business is saying, I was wrong. I accepted the fact I'm wrong. I will send an email to you. But no, in waterfall, make the document, come back, and then do the activity. What will happen ultimately? He will say, what is this, man? Ultimately, he's not going to reach out because he is not exactly what he required ultimately. Because his things changes within 6 months. But in Agile, it's not like that. In Agile, you have to be, in Agile, it's not like that. Agile will, entertain that particular person. Of course, depending on approvals and this and that, always be there. We are all, understand each other. Approvals will always be there, and what, but not, typical document like the traditional approach of project management. Traits, Agile versus non-Agile. Customer availability, yeah. These are the threats actually of the project. What are the threats of project management? These are the threats, right? If the customer availability is not there, the project will go forward. If the scope and feature prioritization, team, and funding. Yeah, if somebody is designing something, are you okay? I thought like you have questions, that's why you have this design. Okay, fine, no problem. So this is what the threats actually. So the scope features, prioritization, these are all challenges actually. These are all threats. If the things are not been prioritized well, it will be difficult, right? Project success rate. This is, with my experience and I read the articles and I have passion of reading these things. The success rate of Agile is 42%. Waterfall is 26%. Challenge 50%. Waterfall is 53%. I agreed. Almost approximately same. Challenges will always be same. Failed is 8%. Waterfall is 20%. Again, I'm telling you, who is going to make you fail? Or who is saying you are failure or your project is failure? Customer. Make them happy. Doesn't mean that I still understand. I will say I have that one statement. Don't make everybody happy. I totally agree with you. With the proper approvals. Whenever I say make them happy means with the proper approval, proper approach, everything proper. Not tough documentation. I still remember one sentence. You cannot make everybody happy. If you want to make it happy, sell ice cream. Right? If we sell ice cream,
Right.
so it's not like something we want to do that, but ultimately we have to make it happy. Ultimately we have to make them happy. Happy not in terms of ultimately they have to run the business. It's not personal, right? And also you have to be part of that business, in short. So you are not making them happy, you are making yourself happy. Done. Last slide, Suhas, I know. Agile philosophy. You came and
Yeah, no problem, Prasad.
Only 1 second.
Yeah, I know. Continue.
Last, okay, we are keep on saying methodology. Basically, it's a debate going on in the entire universe. Whether it's methodology or philosophy. Somebody used to do methodology, somebody used to philosophy. But actually, it's a philosophy because it's not a methodology. When you say methodology, the people think it's a technology or people think it's a technical jargon. But when you say philosophy, it doesn't look like technical jargon. So you love to use this particular concept in your daily life, or you are already using it unknowingly. The same thing you have to use in your project management life cycle. The word philosophy can be simplified, defined as the way thinking about world, the universe, and the society. So ultimately who? Customer. Simple as that. So I think, thank you very much. I cannot go up to this. Otherwise, believe me, Suhas will come to my house and say, Prasad, stop it. Thanks a lot, Suhas, and I should not taking much more time.
This one very informative session, Prasad, because the way I can tell you the participants are as it is. No one has left the session.
Oh,
So
great.
that is everyone has. I can confirm that everyone has enjoyed the session.
Great.
So everyone, before we start the session, in chat I'm giving you the details of AMI, LinkedIn, Facebook, and website details. You can join AMI on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. Also, you can follow website. So now we can start the question and answer session. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, you can just unmute yourself and start. So, any questions from anyone?
Yeah, hi Prasad and Suhas, Vijay here.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah. Hi, Vijay.
Yeah, first of all, Prasad, it was a really wonderful session, and it's not my first agile training session or
Good.
information center I have attended.
So
I
you will
have
be my,
attended
you will be my
quite
master.
Sorry?
You will be my master then.
No, I was trying to say it was very useful the way you presented the
Thank you.
12 feature of Agile
Thank
and
you.
how we should implement it was very useful.
Thank you.
But my question to you is what I came to know is you are here in this Middle East market from 19 years, right?
Yeah.
So what I learned so far, I'm here for a very short period only from last 11 months.
Yeah.
But Agile is not, not practically no one is using here. That's what I, know in especially in development and IT sector.
Mm-hmm.
So any reason, and in terms of technology also, we are far behind as compared to, APAC and Europe and US
Mm-hmm.
in adopting new, methodology. Example like Agile. So any particular reason from your experience?
Can I tell you which field you are into? Of course, obviously you are into software itself, right? Currently.
Yes, IT banking software.
My question is simple as that. When you implemented the software, or let's say waterfall, what you said, Agile is not using what you said, right? After
Yes, at least where
sorry.
I haven't seen in my current organization from last 11 months. We are still following the waterfall methodology,
Okay.
which is
My
very
question to you,
traditional based.
once you have basically completed the project, what happened next? Just want to ask one question. What happened next? The project will go for maintenance, no doubt about it. After that, you get involved, or you hand over the project to your support, or how? What is your task? I just want to understand that first.
Yeah, once we complete the project, we close it from our side and we hand it over to production support team for regular maintenance and enhancement.
Regular maintenance. But again, if the project, if any requirement changes in the project, because it will not, surely it will not go. As with my experience, it will not go the another 6 months. The further 6 months, surely they will come back and say they need some change. No.
Yeah, exactly. That is what happening. When we are not using agile and we just follow traditional way of waterfall.
That's a thing.
It's not good or bad or comparison, but I just want to understand why this market is lacking in adopting a new technology.
That is where I'm standing right now. The problem is what happened, people are not even thinking about a modular approach. The only reason is they just, let's talk about the banking sector, what we're talking about, right? Because they need to document the entire thing. They need to document it. So that traditional approach is still going on. The only reason they are not approaching is it's not because ultimately the first of all, it is not very much aware. As far as knowledge is concerned, they might have lack of knowledge of this particular methodology. Surely, why I'm telling you, why I'm a little bit in between. I'm thinking about it. The further 6 months, when the project comes into picture, the support is not going to do the changes. The project guys will be doing the changes, right? Again, it's a modular approach. So ultimately, the projects which you already did it, that might have been waterfall methodology, but this is agile methodology because they are not aware of it, what exactly they need to do in agile. Because I still believe this methodology or this particular mindset was not open at all. Because specifically in Gulf, It's a problem of mindset. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Because they are not opening to anything. What I said, that's what I'm telling, if I don't want to go into the technical aspect, because in this particular, I'm very sorry to say one statement which is really, I will not say scary, we should understand this. There is no concept called project manager nowadays. Do you know this? If you maintain this particular framework, okay, only three person will be there. There's Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the entire team. That's it. So what I meant to say that, so ultimately we are lacking because people are dominating here and they could not able to, they don't have open mindset. This is the only reason what I said. Yes, Suhas, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Prasad.
Thank you,
Vijay.
Prasad.
There is another question, Prasad, that is from Anand Nevgi.
Okay.
His question is, what will be the financial implication in view of changes during the process?
Great. Okay.
And what about delay in view of changes during the process? Because when we are shifting from process like a waterfall to agile, and basically we are losing on the time. So financial implication and time implication. So what is your view on that?
Yeah, what will be the financial implication viewing the changes in during the process, and what about the delay in viewing the changes during the process? Okay, as far as financial implications in viewing the changes, I do agree. Yeah, this will be a slight challenging in agile. I'm telling you. Okay, slight challenging in agile, slight challenging. Of course, still you have to use it, but the financial implications in the changing ultimately. Whatever you go with any methodology, agile or your waterfall, the financial implications will always happen on the requirement basis. The only change in this factor is, suppose the financial implication will always be there once you change the requirement. The only option is, like, whatever changes you are doing it, basically you go back to the customer, get it verified, whatever changing is right or wrong. During the process of implementation, I am not talking about after development. Financial implication will always be there, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have any other question, if I'm not going through, I am absolutely going on the right track, right? What about delay in viewing changes during the process? Yeah, I have been technical issues with my laptop's audio. Sorry, what's the other one? Okay, so yeah, I think it makes sense. Anand, am I going on the right track, or I don't know?
Actually, he's not able to talk. That's we understood from your explanation. There is one question from Narayan Tiwari.
Hello?
Okay,
Yes, Narayan, are you there?
you shared the link.
Hello, Suhas. This is Bharat. Can
Yes,
I ask
Bharat.
about
Yep, definitely, Bharat. Please.
First of all, thank you very much, guys, for this kind of informative session. I knew about Agile methodology, but this is the first time I'm getting so much of details from Agile, because I am from engineering background, and generally we execute the project with traditional methodology of waterfall.
Thank you.
So my question is also regarding the same. So in this engineering and construction project,
Yep.
how can we implement this agile methodology, and do you have any examples in the region where this agile methodology was implemented and projects were executed with this? This is the first question. And second question is the term regarding agile. You mentioned somewhere that there is a delivery of a working software. So how this working software delivery we can we can say in the term of engineering products?
I agree. I understand your point. As far as civil is concerned, it is something non-IT related. I totally agree with you. Yeah, there are some challenges. Still, the agile is not so much matured in the construction industry. But still, I will say what happened. The agile approach has to be there, because in construction industry also, it's not like something like you will build first floor, go back to a customer, or I want to say landlord, and just you will say, please come, have a look, then you go for second floor. Absolutely not.
Definitely. That's what my concern is.
No, no, I totally agree with you. Absolutely, and I'm absolutely with you. Uh, uh, Basically, we are not talking about implementing this methodology. We are talking about the approach. Now,
Okay.
if you're doing a project, a civil project, let's say, and if you take use of IT or if you take use of a software, how that particular building will be developed, how the building will be it will be constructed, and whatever the things you are going to put in the building, if you get it approved from the landlord or from the responsible, that is again agile. You will not just do the document and get it right. No, make some aware of it, how it looks like. You got what I'm saying? Again, I'm not talking about implementing anything agile methodology in civil, but try to use the approach. Hope you agree what I'm saying.
Yes, maybe in construction implementing directly will be difficult, but engineering might be possible
Yeah.
because engineering we deliver in stages, like some model delivery. It will be like piping delivery,
I will still say in construction it is possible.
electrical delivery.
There are a lot of software which you can put your, there are a lot of software has already been developed which you can put your parameters and automatically it will show the entire building in front of you. Get it verified. Get it verified.
Yes, yes.
Get it verified the model from the concern, and this approvals and everything is always already automated, right?
Yes, it's true. Because this we call as model review also in
Exactly.
engineering, like plant construction.
I will put it as
Then
other.
30%, 60%, 90%, whatever progress we can have a model review with customer.
Agreed. I will put it another way. Just think about it. You document the entire construction activity. I am not very good into that. You may ignore my knowledge. You will do all the activities, all the phases, and you will make the entire document and give it to your developer. Instead of that, you will make the entire development in the software and show it to the developer, which will be beneficial for you. It's a document or making the model on software.
Model will be better.
So it's
to give the view of progress.
It's approach, right? So you are giving each and every. So you have modular approach in the software. Try to get it verified and build it accordingly and finish. Right?
Unknowingly, we are also using this approach. You mean?
Sorry.
Like unknowingly, we are also using this approach.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is what I want. This is what I'm telling from the beginning. This is what there was one question from this guy, right? If changes or something happen, banking industry. You are doing this unknowingly, but you don't say it's agile. This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
You don't say it's agile, but actually you have to use the word agile. I'm telling you, if you have experience of more than 12 years in project management, actually you are doing right in project management, only you are not using the terminology of project management, that's it. If you used the terminology of project management, then you become certified project manager. You got my point? This is what the scenario.
Exactly.
I think, hope you are satisfied.
Yes, I got it.
And any other question? Okay, sorry, Bharat, continue. I thought.
No, this is a small point actually regarding the delivery of working software. How we can term it, like how we can translate the term in case of engineering, because you are saying software, working software. Is this the same like you said about model?
Yeah. Absolutely. Consider replace that software in the model. Nothing more than that. Agreed. No comments. Absolutely, you are right.
Okay. Thank you. That's my point.
Is anyone else who wants to ask question? Can you raise the hands? Otherwise, I'll take it from the chat window. Yeah, please unmute and speak. Yes, Shri.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is. I'm working for Dubai.
You have to speak loudly, dear.
Your voice is not audible, Shri.
I'm working for Dubai Airports.
Oh.
And I'd like to ask you, how do you see this agile technique in service industry like facilities and soft services management? Do you have any view?
Can you raise your voice little bit?
That's so. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, pretty clear.
Yeah. Prasad, how do you see the agile technique working in service industry like facilities or soft services
Yeah,
management?
yeah, I understand. As far as, again, whenever you are providing the services, you have to make sure. Again, I'm talking about, I will go back to our previous discussion of contractual binding. Whenever you talk about the services, there will be SLA, right?
Yes.
Because services and SLA always, means I have to say, the physical services, what you are, doing it, always there will be a service level agreement, no doubt about it. So
Definitely.
try to, yeah, of course. And you people, I'm going to say, we people, we always stick to that particular agreement. And we never go beyond that agreement. And ultimately, what happened? Do you really think so? Like, do you really believe, like, whatever you make the SL of the entire document, the person whom you are providing the service is reading the document? I'm pretty sure no. Surely they are, yeah, for the evidence, for the, going to the, taking the legal action and this and that. I'm talking practical aspects. I'm not saying no, they are not reading the document. Of course, there are, legal bindings. There are, always be there. But what I mean to say that you don't just go, think out of the box. Think of the box. Okay, providing the service doesn't mean that you don't provide free of cost. In your agreement, it is written like you do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he's asking for a sixth, don't do sixth. I totally agreed. But if you are getting benefit, if you do sixth, and if you are getting benefit of getting another business because of him, why not you should do sixth?
Exactly.
Are you doing sixth?
But yeah, sometimes yes.
Thank you.
Because we are trying to be agile here now.
I think you could have been a master for me, because this session is for person who is not doing.
Well, don't you think when we are applying such kind of a technique, stakeholder relationships will be a bit we will have issues with stakeholder relationships?
Example.
When we are handling many stakeholders with us, the relationship with the stakeholders, if you're trying to be a bit agile or going out of the process or using waterfall, not using the waterfall approach,
Okay.
then don't you think that the relationship with the stakeholders would be not the same
No,
as it was in the waterfall technique?
that is what I'm saying. No, as far as, no, you want to say, first of all, stakeholder interaction is not at all there. I'm going to say not to that extent in waterfall. Here, they are emphasizing on stakeholder interaction only, stakeholder or customer. From IT point of view, the stakeholder is basically internal, non-IT organization I'm talking about. Let's say banking. The stakeholder are basically those who are using the software. And for the service industry like you or the salespeople, the stakeholder, it's basically customer. So I want to say, ultimately, you have to interact with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm on right track, or you have some other question.
No, you're on the right track. Absolutely, indeed, you're right. Indeed, you're right. And it's really a fabulous session. I should agree with you, Prasad.
Thanks.
It's a fabulous session.
No,
I have a small request. Is it possible to share the first 2 slides?
no problem. I will look into it.
Thank you.
I'll get back to you on that. Not to worry.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, anyone has any other question? Any other question, guys? Okay, Prasad, in chat there are a couple of questions. If you can take it.
See, I'm just going through it actually. Thank you, Prasad. Gunda, everyone. Okay. And just to add, we have following hybrid methodology in some of our telecom projects. Here, although the PIP and the contract is drafted in waterfall methodology as per customer requirement, we do add co-agility some phases like U18 sprint.
Prasad, by that time you read through, Just I'll request Snehal to give a vote of thanks, and post which we'll continue with the session, because the guys who
Yeah,
they don't have a question, they can drop off.
yeah.
Snehal, are you there? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Snehal is
I'm
there.
here. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, well, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Prasad. Prasad, it's a great session actually.
Thanks a lot.
I was listening through, and trust me, I was also looking at the participants who are joining in. Initially, we started with 25, and gradually we, reached to 52. That was the highest number today.
Great.
The first session, I would say, it is a success. Many more to come, definitely. Prasad, I mean, talking about the session and the topic you chose, and very limited time, it was very short interval. It was a great presentation, I would say. And secondly, too many concepts, too many ideas, but yet you delivered in a simple way. So, and I can see from responses, in fact, on our social groups, we started getting feedback also. Yet the session is not finished, right? So, uh, it's really good that people are absorbing what you are, trying to convey. Secondly, any session or a webinar or a knowledge transfer is not complete without the audience.
Absolutely.
They are the key,
Absolutely.
and I would like to, convey.
This is what the
few,
agile is.
thanks to them, from Prasad, from Suhas, from us, everybody. Thank you, guys.
And still, I would
Let
like to say,
Prasad have filled your brain with
one thing.
ideas. Yeah.
I would like to say one thing. Without your cooperation, you and Suhas, this could not have been happened, and that is for sure, no doubt about it. We have a regular interaction with you two people, and really you made them. This 52 people is because of you. Miss you.
Thank you, guys. It is not because of one person or two person. It is, it's a team effort. We are a team and we are a family here.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the start. And lastly, thanks to everybody. And I would like to, say that, see, we have already announced 5 sessions, which Suhas has already mentioned, and there are, many sessions which are lined up. I would like to encourage you all and request you all, so that you also encourage the other group members or the friends to come up with multiple ideas, feedback, what session we should cover, what skill enhancement you're looking for, that will what is needed for you to skyrocket your individual career in your organization, right? So please come up with the suggestion. And secondly, come up with those who wanted to contribute as an instructor also, you are welcome. Come up with your topic, we will prioritize, and in your word, right, we will prepare a product backlog, Prasad.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll yeah. Thank you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. There is another question coming up about the certification. And if anyone is looking for any certification like CSM or any Agile or certification, you can touch base with us. We have few trainers in our contacts, which we can connect you very easily, and you can take the certification. And definitely this, if you are looking for Agile, Scrum Master, and if you are looking for a product owner, CSPO, these are the certification which are very helpful to establish you in a process. Just again, I would like to go back. Still, we have 36 participants. If anyone has any question, I request them to unlock or raise their hands, and we'll have these questions. Anyone?
Hello, hi, Suhas.
Yes,
I have
Ashish,
one.
please.
Yeah, I have just a small question then. Hello, Mr. Prasad. Actually, I am an engineering background person, so I am working here 10 years now.
Okay.
So nowadays the contracts are very thin margin. There is bottom line is very thin, and the contract also firm and fixed contract.
Understood.
So earlier days, a waterfall model people use, or whatever they are aware or not aware, they are using that one. But nowadays, definitely, client always means there is a duration of one year. Let us suppose project. Every month, client involvement is very high nowadays.
Understood.
So what happens now at the time of a tendering, at the time of the contract, and the end client,
Yeah.
there is a chain. So I understand this agile is anyway it is there because every month customer comes with the new things he want like that like this, and the changes comes. Then we have to be implement. So
Okay.
there is a cost crunch is there. Then there is a bottom line, and we are actually working for our organizations make money for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So how you see this agile and how the cost we can control or how we can raise the claims? Is there any model related to this agile? Like any I understand that because that we have to satisfy customer because customer is the key. We will get repetitive business from them. So ultimately, and deliverables, accepted deliverables, they only accept it, and
Agreed.
they will only give us the fund after acceptance of the product.
Yeah.
So how we can balance this? This is like balancing the things. Like we have to approach the customer for the changes, and we have to ask some money also for them. So is there any? My question is now that is there any separate model like firm and fixed contract? This we have to approach, or the changing contract? This is the approach with the agile. That is my the question.
See, I'm telling you, the approach is really convincible to that particular customer. Now, you said one sentence actually, you are not working you are working for your company, and you are not working directly for the customer. But ultimately, you are working for your company, and company is working for the customer. Keep in mind that. That you have to
Right, sir.
that you have to agree.
I agree, sir.
There is no.
I agree. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
If the customer is agreeing to something and he's not satisfied whatever you are expecting, you have done a waterfall approach, and ultimately you come to a conclusion after having this 6 to 7 months, you come to conclusion that what he was expecting, what has been written, what has been approved is not what they required now.
No, that I understand, sir. We will not do that one. Like, let us suppose my question is that if let us suppose first month we have to give something to them, okay, in the deliverables, and as per the actual contract it is like that. But customer saying I don't want like this. I want Mitsubishi Lancer is quoted. Now they looking for some higher version. They want sunroof. They want additional features to the car. So how we can convince them for the additional money? Because I cannot lose my money here. No.
No.
But I have to work my company. So I have to convince him. This is what you looking for. Now you want additional features. So this is my extra cost. So is there any model with the agile regarding to balance the cost or extra? That is my question actually.
There is no as such methodology, or there is no such as such. It's basically a mindset which you have to convince that particular customer.
So okay, so we have to say this is the addition, so this is much the cost.
No option.
And day one we have to convince them.
No option. Keep in mind that. See, agile is it's a mindset, it's an open mindset. It doesn't mean that you have to go down and do whatever he wants. No. Keep in mind that. Simple as that. That's why I use the sentence, right? I use the one sentence. Hope you remember that sentence, and hope you are in that particular, during that particular session. Not you. We cannot make everybody happy. If we want to make everybody happy, not to do anything except selling ice cream. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
So
our approach is clear that we want to make customer happy, and I want to make money also to my organization. Then is my success. Otherwise, I will not be successful.
With the constraint, or I'm going to say that's what I'm saying. What waterfall approach was there? Like, no, you have documented, you have signed it, no, you will not get it. But that approach is changed now. That approach is means, okay, man, cool down. Even though it is signed, let me talk to my manager. Let me do something. Another documentation or something small where you need to sign it and do it. Okay, we will not sign it immediately, but send me an email. I'm just giving you, another way.
Correct. I understand.
See, I will give a small example again. Suppose if you want to do something, what you will do? What is the waterfall approach? No, send me an email. I will do. But now what the agile model? Okay, I will do it, but don't forget to send me an email.
Correct. I used to say that I want to help you, but you have to help me here so that I can help you further. That's what I used to say.
Don't forget to send me email. Otherwise, another email will come as agreed. This is what I have done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Thank you. Hope it is like.
Thank you, Snehal. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Hope
we are losing your voice.
Yeah, session is very nice, okay. And thank you very much. I would like to thank you, Snehal and Suhas. I appreciate for this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anybody?
I think there are few questions.
Guys, anyone has any further question?
Suhas, there are actually few
One
questions
thing-
in this
one thing-
chat.
Please take.
So there are few questions regarding certification. In fact, Bharat has also asked, and
Yes,
Kali
yes.
Suhas
That
also
I
asked
explained.
some questions. Right, there are multiple bodies actually. If you want to have more details, we can provide you those details also. But yes, to answer Bharat's question specifically, project management professional certification talks about the methodology which is about SDLC, software development. That's a traditional. It's about traditional project management, not SDLC. Sorry, I'll take my word back. For Agile, Bharat, you have options from PMI also, and there are other bodies also which will share details with you soon. Those where you can go and get some certification trainings and learn the Agile approaches also. And there's one more question on whether the requirement.
We'll talk about the bodies there. Just 1 minute. There are a lot many bodies are there. There is Axiom bodies there that is called Agile Scrum Master, ASM. There is a PMI org. Everybody knows that is PMP. Agile is there, and that is another. So there are a lot many bodies. What you said is right. But Axiom is who is the prince to and everything. They are also into it now. A lot of bodies are.
Axiom, PMIs, IIBA, Scrum Alliance, they're the bodies. But there's one more question also. The previous work experience in Agile is a prerequisite to that certification or no? The answer is no.
No.
So you can go for the certification learning of Agile without any prior experience. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you, everyone. So it was a very lengthy session. Almost 1.5 hours we spent.
Is it good or bad? Yes.
So we'll stop. Yeah, it's a very good session indeed. We learned a lot on the basics of Agile, and there is a clarity.
Thanks.
So thank you, everyone. If you have any further questions or something, you can very well connect with us. And if you have any question related to this session, you can reach out to Prasad. He can help you out with the details. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
See you guys for the next session, which is planned on the 2nd, about the health, how to lead a healthy life. Thank you.
Maybe if you have any
Thank you
questions,
very much, guys.
please contact
very much.
us. You can have my WhatsApp number or something. Personally, also you can WhatsApp me. We can have.
Yeah, sure. We'll share.
That's what.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.